With all the rumors of an adjusted season looming, there does appear to be two player camps emerging. You appear to be on the more popular side. I saw that you retweeted Max Scherzer's recent tweet regarding pay cuts. Where do you stand today about getting back on the field without a vaccine or a cure or sort of like a real, I guess, an offer to the players union that quote, makes sense really?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's we got to think about our health. When I think about playing again, the biggest thing for me is I think about my three kids. Say we start playing and we go through something like this 2 weeks later, we think we made a huge mistake. My wife's not going to let me live at home at least for 2 weeks.
Right,
So,
right.
Is there a plan for me to live somewhere else? Do I got to fork up some money? There's all different types of questions that have to go into this whole process. And, people talk about money. Yeah, that comes into it, of course. But there's principle that we have to go by. And it's one of those things where we have a bunch of guys that all have different opinions and a bunch of owners that have different opinions. And we have to figure out a way to come together, not only just for, us players, but for the owners too. It's very difficult times. And I think both sides have to come together and, figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as someone who's just a sports fan and keeps the health of you guys in mind, it's like the one that scares me the most is it doesn't sound like there's any proposition for if a team has an outbreak. And for you being in New York, at least New Jersey and New York City, you've seen, the hot spots, like something has to be in place.
Yeah. I mean, what are we going to do if, say, we're playing Seattle and somebody gets it on our team? Say, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to have to be stuck in a hotel in Seattle for 2 weeks?
Right.
Examples like that where I feel like we're on the right track. I feel like we really are, with getting, tested every day, staying 6 feet apart. I know they already got things set in place for the locker rooms and stuff like that. So we're on the right path. I still think it's going to take a little time, but, the faster we work, I think the better we'll be. Timestamps are tough because when you tell somebody, like, I'm getting something worked on in the backyard, the guy said it's going to be done by October. If it's not done by October, I'm going to be a little ticked off. So that's why I'm not a big believer in putting timestamps on things. I'm a big believer in getting it done and then figuring out. So we'll see what happens.
Are you guys being tested now regularly, or that's something they want to start once the season starts rolling?
I think it's once the season starts rolling.
Okay.
So, I haven't been tested, but, they had something where they gave out 7,000 or 8,000 to staff, workers, and players, too, that thought they needed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a necessity, and that was about it. But I know, from what I'm hearing, there'll be millions on millions and millions of tests that we're going to have, and we could be okay with that every day.